Bom dia, everybody. Have you ever been to a place where river meets ocean, where there's endless coastline, where there's peace and serenity everywhere surrounding you? Well, if you haven't, there's a place called Caraíva here in Brazil that you need to check out. In this video, I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know about visiting this beautiful place. Let's get into it. Caraíva is located in the state of Bahia here in Brazil, and it is specifically in the southern part of the states. To get there, there are two ways. You can fly to Porto Seguro and then drive 2 to 2.5 hours down to Caraíva, or you can drive from Salvador or another state that's nearby directly to Caraíva. Please note, though, that there is a river that cuts off the road accessing Caraiva. And so if you do use a car, you will have to park the car on the other side of the river and then take a canoe on the other side. It's a bit of a hassle if you do have a car, but it makes it worth the experience because Caraiva is really a place that you just walk everywhere. There's no paved roads, it's all dirt and sand. And so basically, the whole time I was there, I was just walking barefoot, which was an awesome feeling. We didn't use a car, so we took a transfer from the airport. You can either use a van during high season or a taxi. And once we got to the canoe, we took the canoe and then crossed over. So we did come during low season, and I think that's the way to go. High season would be about November, December, January timeframe. And other than it being completely packed, and Caraiva is a small place, the issue that happens is that Caraiva is not built for a lot of influx of people. And so we heard from multiple locals that during high season, it's not uncommon that water and electricity run out just because there's so many people using the resources, which is kind of sad, but something to keep in mind when you're thinking about planning this trip. We came during low season during this month, which is the end of June, and it was perfect. It felt slightly dead, but there were still people traveling. The interesting thing about people were traveling was that it was all Brazilians from other states. We didn't really meet anyone else from Bahia or from Salvador. To give you an idea of just the types of people that you would encounter. From the airport to Caraiva, we paid a taxi 400 reais, and then the canoe, I believe, was 20 reais, so 10 reais per person. So not too expensive. In Caraiva itself, we elected to stay at an Airbnb as opposed to a hotel or a posada. Our Airbnb was actually located about 15 to 20 minutes outside of the city center in actually an indigenous community called Xandó. Walking 15 to 20 minutes was not the worst thing in the world, and it made for an enjoyable experience every morning and every evening. You can stay in a posada in the city. The choice is yours. We liked the peace and quiet of our Airbnb, and we were actually 30 meters in front of the ocean. So it was awesome to be able to hear the ocean at night, to be able to hear the birds chirping in the morning, and just have that peace and quiet. So what's Caraíva like in general? Caraíva is so charming, so cute, so peaceful, and just a gorgeous place to explore. I love the fact that Caraíva is super south in Bahia because it makes it quite hard to access. And in my opinion, as a traveler, the harder a place is to access, the more charming and the more worth your time it is to visit. We had to take an Uber to the airport, then we took the flight, then we took the transfer, then we took the canoe, then we actually had to take a buggy just to get to our Airbnb. It was a bit of a trek, and we rolled up quite late at night, but it made it all the worth it. Cariva has lots of cute shops and a lot of great cuisine, surprisingly great food. One restaurant that I would like to recommend is called Gastro. We went more than once actually because the food was so delicious. We made friends with the manager, and she ended up telling us that the cook was only 20 years old. So clearly this girl has a gift, but we ended up having the moqueca, and we ended up having peixe or fish. Highly recommend this place. That's located right on the river, so it's peaceful to be able to sit by the water and to enjoy your food. The main thing that people do in Caraíva is chill where the river meets the ocean. So it's kind of cool because the sand kind of converges where they meet, and it feels like you're on an island, and you can kind of just choose, oh, today I want to hang out by the river. Next day, just go to the other side and you can hang out by the ocean. So it's kind of a cool vibe. Besides just chilling, you can do stand-up paddle, you can do kayaking, you can walk to Praia do Satu, which is about 5 kilometers away. It took us about an hour to get there. We went during low tide. That's super important so that you have the space to walk along the sand, and also because it's more beautiful. And then the 5 kilometers back. So it was a whole morning, but we woke up early and it was awesome. You can also rent ATVs, quadriciclos, do little tours around the area, and you can also rent buggies. where you can do tours to other beaches, places that are a little bit further away. We just chose to explore the main area of Caraíva itself. We also got lucky because while we were here, we experienced São João, which is a big holiday here in northeastern Brazil, where a lot of people go to the interior. It's kind of like a country vibe where there's fires and people are wearing plaid and checkered shirts, flannels. And then on that same day of São João was a Brazil World Cup match. So in the Praça, the main center of town, they threw up a big screen. Everyone was wearing their Brazil jerseys. We watched Brazil play. Brazil won. It was an awesome game. The energy was incredible. Food and drinks were so great. It was a really special time to be in this little cute town. It felt very cozy. You could really feel the energy of all the people who were just super happy to be there, to be traveling and experiencing the magic of Caraíva. So would I come back to Caraíva? The big question. Absolutely, 100%. And I definitely will be planning to. The awesome thing is from Salvador, I have a 1 hour flight to Porto Seguro. Flights are super affordable. And then it's just a 2 hour trek to get down. I think that's absolutely worth it. It feels very close to me and I want to explore more. There are other beaches that are much further away from the main town that I would love to explore and that are probably even more deserted. We spent 4 days and 3 nights here, which I think is the perfect amount of time. Could spend a little bit more to have more time to explore, but this was perfect. It didn't feel rushed. We got to see all of the shops, eat at various restaurants, experience the nightlife, which is very chill. And what's awesome is that it doesn't feel like a big place, but there's a lot of like alleys and dirt paths that you can walk in and you'll find shops and gelaterias and all of these things. So it's really awesome and you discover a lot of new things. I would recommend Caraíva to literally anybody. It's such a special place. And as I said multiple times in this video, it is worth your time. If this video resonated with you or if it gave you a new inspiration to travel or to see a new part of Brazil, please hit the subscribe button. I've made other videos about my travels throughout Brazil, like this one here. I'll link about Itacare. Check that out. Be on the lookout for my next video, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.